Habitat works real hard to transform lives. That's what our mission really is. And by transforming lives, we also then transform communities. And we do that by making home ownership possible in partnership with people who care. We do that in partnership with the home buyer, who also then becomes a partner with the rest of the people building. That's the strongest partnership we'll ever have with that home buyer, because by the end of their mortgage payments, it's 30 years of knowing these people, because they're continuing to make payments. They're not getting a house for free. They work probably harder than anybody else you'll ever meet, because they have usually had to have 2 jobs just to make ends meet, and they still don't have enough money to qualify for traditional mortgages. And that's where we come in. So they make between 20 and 60% of the median income in this area. And so it's a low enough income to where they can qualify to work with us and to be partners with us. And then after they've qualified themselves and they're accepted into our program, they start building what's called the sweat equity. And they sweat, and they have that equity going in. But we like to kind of joke about the fact that it is sweat, but it's part of their down payment. They don't have to put a money down payment like most people will when they buy a house. So in that respect, they're getting in with a lot of hard work, holding on a couple jobs. They have children usually, and then on top of that, they have to come and work with us at about 300 hours before they can ever own that home. I don't know if you've ever factored in how much 300 hours would be, but it's a lot of time. So hopefully you'll meet some homeowners, and by the end of that 30-year period of having paid their mortgages, they have then paid off the appraised value of the house. So our houses do have a $50,000 sponsorship price, which NCC is helping us with with each house that they sponsor. You sponsored. And then after that, it's more expensive than that to really build the house, but that's the general price we put it out. And then after that, the appraised value is about $140, sometimes a little less. So the homeowner will then be paying back that much more money at 0% interest. So in that respect, when they make that first payment, they are making a mortgage payment and building equity the very first payment they make, which is the best way to build wealth. Anytime you ever look into how can I make more money, maybe investing, but if you look at it real carefully, the best way to build wealth is to have a home and to build equity. And for those of us that have traditional mortgages, we probably don't get a penny of equity started until maybe how many years into the payment? 7 to 10 years at least, it seems like. So these people are starting the very first month, and that money will then go back to the children or however they want to do it when their house is paid for. Habitat is worldwide, so we're in nearly 90 countries, and statistically they're telling us that we are closing a house or having a family move in every 6 minutes in this big wide world. So Habitat's hard at work. We've built 250 homes in the Durham area. We've been here about 20 years. But we've got a lot of work to do. There's over 2,000 houses that are boarded up. We have about 60 people on our waiting list right now. We've built about 25 houses a year, so you can imagine they may be waiting for a while. And when we do finally get them in their homes, they have then been able to not only start building that wealth, that equity, but the children are much more likely to be better in school. That's what we've learned about home ownership and the stability that offers. They're much more likely to be healthy because then there's enough money left over to make a payment for medical benefits. I don't know how long I'm supposed to talk. I feel like I'm way over, but I'll just have to say that the payment they make is about $500 on the average for that mortgage payment, when their rent is usually much more. The average rent in Durham for 2 bedrooms is, is about $825. So normally our homeowners don't make that big of a payment because they can't afford to, and they don't live in the safe house, or they're being booted out from house to house to be able to get a lower payment so they can afford that payment. So once they get into our home, they're stable, the child is able to realize that security and then be able to do better in school. They're much more likely to go to college, and their whole lives are changed. It's a transformation of their whole life. And you can be a part of that just by loving on those people when you come, or just being able to help build a house is the biggest part of that, and offer that opportunity. We say we don't offer anything but just an opportunity, and these people are coming and taking up that opportunity and working hard to gain something better for their lives and for their children's lives.
Martha and I brought that with us.
Okay, good. Good. Well, I'm going to finish. I'm finished. I really hope that y'all aren't finished. This is just the beginning. There's a lot more to share, but that's just a little bit of too much right there.